Welcome to the Economists in Your Ear podcast. Today we're asking a big question. What truly makes a city of the future? And can such an ambitious vision truly reshape an entire nation's approach to urbanization? Or, well, does reality always present a more complex picture? We're looking at Xiong'an, China's city of the future. It was pitched really as this grand solution to China's urban challenges. Envisioned as a 1,000-year plan. It's quite something.
It is, and stretching across what was basically marshy farmland, about 125 kilometers south of Beijing.
Right, and the investment, huge. Planners, both central and provincial, have poured in at least 835 billion yuan. That's around 116 billion US dollars since 2017.
Exactly, and that sheer scale, especially starting from such a rural base, it definitely generated a lot of initial skepticism. Quite understandably.
Yeah, I remember seeing reports.
Reports as recently as 2023 described it as, well, little more than a vast construction site, very few residents. It felt like a stark contrast to those lofty goals, showcasing smart city tech, being ecologically friendly. It just didn't seem like a living city back then.
But things seem to be shifting now. The narrative feels different.
It does. Recent reports suggest it's rapidly taking shape. You can actually see a discernible city center now.
Impressive government buildings, I hear.
Yes, and that data center, the Xiong'an, it apparently looks like a giant eyeball. Quite striking.
Wow. And businesses, are they really moving in?
They are starting to set up shop, yes. Big names like China Satellite Network Group, China Wanang, they're establishing a presence.
So that Xiong'an just a fancy building, or is there more to it?
Oh, much more. It's not just architecture, it's fully operational. It's like the digital brain of this twin city concept they have.
A twin city? How does that work?
Well, it's providing live telemetry for, everything. Roads, pipes, services. It's the core city as a platform infrastructure.
So it's not just a future plan, it's running now.
Exactly. It shows their digital-first city operations are genuinely underway. Collecting data, enabling this sort of centralized control. It's a pretty bold experiment in city management, really.
Okay, so infrastructure, digital brain. But what about people? Is it just empty buildings?
No, that's changing too. The city is genuinely infilling.
Yeah.
You've got hospitals, opening branches, high schools too.
And universities?
Universities are adding students. Apparently, over 100,000 students were relocated from Beijing campuses by early 2024.
100,000, that's significant.
And about 15,000 new students just this year. The official stats put the population at around 1.4 million end of last year.
1.4 million? That sounds like a lot very quickly.
But there's a crucial bit of nuance there. That 1.4 million figure, it refers to the permanent population of the broader new area.
Okay, so not just the brand new bits.
Right. It covers 3 legacy counties that Xiong'an sits on. So it's not all fresh headcount in the new core. But that said, the inflow from students, the top-tier hospitals setting up, that's definitely bringing a tangible influx of people and activity into the newly built areas. That part is real.
So beyond the building and the population numbers, where's the real ambition here? Are they just building another city, or is there something deeper going on with policy?
Oh, definitely deeper. This is where you see them trying to tackle some of China's really persistent urban challenges, especially, the property market and that hukou residency system.
Right, the property market's been a huge issue. What are they doing differently?
It's quite innovative, actually. They've scrapped pre-sales citywide. That's a common practice elsewhere in China, often risky.
And instead,
They've adopted this cost plus tax plus reasonable margin approach for pricing. It's a deliberate model.
to achieve what?
To de-risk the delivery, for one, but mainly to really suppress speculative pricing, trying to stop housing being just an investment vehicle.
Make it about living there.
Exactly. And they're also aiming for what they call rent-buy parity. The goal is ambitious. At least 30% of the housing supply should be rent-only.
30% rent only, that's a major shift. And the hukou system, that's the residency permit system, right? Always a tricky one.
Extremely tricky. It traditionally ties your access to services like schools and healthcare to where you're born. Makes moving very difficult.
So how is Xiong'an changing it? I read something about it being like a lottery, like the U.S. green card.
Right. That comparison comes up, but it's not accurate. It's a critical distinction. Xiong'an does not run an American-style green card lottery.
Okay, so what is it then?
They have a points-based residency system. The official term is Yifeng, Jiefenlo. And alongside that, there's a Xiong'an talent card.
Points-based. Based on what?
Things like education, skills, your job, tax contributions. It's a rules-based admission scheme. If you qualify, you get residency and benefits, sometimes even free local transport.
So it's strategic talent attraction, not random chance.
Precisely. It's a tool to bring in the specific people they want, state firm staff, top students, skilled workers, very different from a lottery.
That makes more sense. Okay, what about buying property there? I heard the rules are incredibly strict, like you can't own property anywhere else in China.
It is strict, definitely designed to stop speculation. But that no property elsewhere in the country line seems a bit broader than the official guidance.
So what's the actual rule?
For the market rate or shared ownership homes, the main rule is that your family generally must not already own a home in Xiong'an, and usually need to be part of a designated relocation group or a recognized talent group.
And then you enter a lottery.
Yes, then you enter a lottery for the available units within Xiong'an. There's also a one-home cap within Xiong'an itself, and you can't resell for 5 years.
Still strict, but focused on Xiong'an itself, not a nationwide ban.
Right. It's about cooling the local market and prioritizing people who will actually live and work there, not outside investors.
Got it. And land supply. There were reports about very short leases, like 5 years or less, to stop developers hoarding land. Is that happening?
Again, the reality is a bit more nuanced. They are using shorter leases than the old norms, but it's generally long-term leasing in the range of 5 to 20 years.
5 to 20, not under 5.
Typically 5 to 20, yes. Specifically for industrial plots and public service land. And renewal is tied to performance.
So it is shorter than the old 50-year standard.
Oh yes, much shorter. And it absolutely is designed to deter land banking and push for faster development. But it's not quite the 5 years or fewer that some reports suggested. It's more about tying the lease to productive use, not just holding it as an asset.
Okay, these big policies, property, hukou, land, get the headlines. Are there other, maybe less flashy experiments going on that are also important, things flying under the radar?
Yes, absolutely. Something really significant is the progress on portability and benefits integration between Beijing and Xiong'an.
Portability, what does that mean in practice?
They've set up same city arrangements. So things like Social Security cards, housing fund rules. The standards are aligned with Beijing's.
Ah, so if you move from Beijing.
Exactly. It makes the transition much smoother for staff. Less bureaucratic headache changing everything over. That's a huge practical difference for people.
That sounds genuinely useful. Anything else?
They're also piloting auto-enrollment in enterprise annuities. It's a nudge, really, trying to get broader coverage for second-pillar retirement savings. Small detail, maybe, but important for long-term financial security for residents.
These sound like things that make it more viable as a long-term place to live, not just work.
Precisely. It's about making the move practical and sustainable for individuals and families.
And the company relocations, is it really happening or just, putting up signs?
No, it seems to be more than just signs now. China Satellite Network Group, for instance, has reportedly moved its entire operations there.
The whole company?
That's the report. And others, like Huaneng and Sinicum, their treasury centers have apparently set up house in Xiong'an. That suggests a real staged shift is underway for these big state-owned enterprises, SOEs.
Treasury centers. That implies serious financial commitment.
It does. It points towards a genuine long-term investment of resources and, crucially, talent, not just symbolic moves.
Okay, so the progress is undeniable in many ways, but this model, it's very state-controlled, isn't it? Very top-down. What are the potential downsides or trade-offs of this incredibly orderly approach?
That's the fundamental question, isn't it? On the one hand, this level of control allows for rapid, planned execution, efficiency, getting things built to spec quickly.
Which you need for a project this size.
Arguably, yes. But the trade-off, well, it might be challenging to attract certain kinds of people. Professionals who maybe value more personal freedom, less oversight, or just a city that feels a bit more organic, maybe. Less planned.
Less predictable.
Perhaps. It's that classic tension in urban planning. Grand vision versus emergent bottom-up growth. Xiong'an is very much the former.
And what about the people who are already there? This was a poor rural area before. How have they been affected?
That's a really critical point. The transformation has been massive and disruptive for existing communities. Factories shut down for ecological reasons. Livelihoods changed overnight.
And compensation? Housing?
There are reports and concerns that some locals feel the compensation wasn't enough, or that the new regulations and higher costs make it hard for them to buy homes in the new city being built around them.
So a potential disconnect between the grand project and the original inhabitants.
It highlights that difficult balancing act, doesn't it? How do you manage such a huge state-led transformation while ensuring fairness and opportunity for the people whose lives are directly impacted, sometimes negatively by it? It's a tough issue in these large-scale projects.
So looking ahead, as Xiong'an keeps developing, what should we really be watching? What are the key indicators to judge if it's truly succeeding, maybe even becoming a blueprint?
Good question. I think we need to look beyond just the building announcements. Track actual SOE headcount, physically in Xiong'an. Real people working there, R&D happening there, not just registered addresses.
Okay, real jobs. What else?
University intakes. When those first cohorts start arriving on the new campuses around 2026, 27, how many students actually enroll and live there? Also the housing mix, what share of those rent-only units actually get built and occupied? And how popular are the shared ownership homes under the new pricing?
So tracking if the policy ideas are working in practice.
Exactly. And usage data for those integration policies we talked about. Are people actually using the same SETI, Social Security, and Housing Fund benefits? Is the auto-enrollment in annuities leading to higher participation? That tells you if the system is actually functioning smoothly for residents.
So putting it all together, how should we view Xiong'an today? Is it still mostly hype and a plan, or is it something more concrete now?
I'd say it has definitely entered its operational phase. It's moved beyond just being a construction site. Core public services are online, the SOEs and universities are moving, even if staged.
And the policy experiments are live.
Yes, they are actively testing those calibrated market-taming rules, the resale limits, the rent-buy parity focus, those 5 to 20-year land leases. It's happening at city scale.
So maybe some of the initial, more dramatic interpretations weren't quite right, like the green card lottery idea.
Exactly. Those perhaps leaned a bit too dramatic. The reality of the policies like the points-based residency or the specific property rules, they're proving to be more targeted, more institutional, maybe more pragmatic than some early headlines suggested. It's a more nuanced picture now.
It really is a fascinating experiment. I mean, if this state-led pilot does succeed on those key things, making it easy to move benefits, keeping housing somewhat affordable, creating genuine job density,
then it could offer a replicable playbook, couldn't it? A way for China to manage urbanization more steadily without just blowing another massive housing bubble.
It's an incredible balancing act they're attempting. Top-down planning, market dynamics, social engineering, all on a huge scale. Makes you think, doesn't it? What does it really mean to build a city for 1,000 years? What are the enduring lessons we can draw from Xiong'an's incredibly rapid evolution? Not just for China, but really for any city anywhere, grappling with growth, with equity, with sustainability in this digital age. Thanks for listening. Follow us so you won't miss the latest from The Economist magazine every day, and don't forget to like, comment, and share.